7:46, welcome back to Good Day Columbian. Yes, fellas, just so you know, big old flash for you. Valentine's Day is like 4 days away, 3 days away, right? Thursday, February 14th. Ah, the favorite day of men, right? Where we get in trouble if we don't do it right. Well, our friends from Tim's Touch, Tim and Jackie, gentlemen, thank you. Welcome for coming in. Now, you guys actually know a thing about flowers that maybe could keep us, the guys, out of the doghouse.
That's certainly one of the jobs that we try to do constantly.
It must be a full-time job for y'all.
It really is.
Right, right. So, and you guys are local. Tim's Touch, of course, is a local florist, and there's a difference. I mean, we always talk about big box stores versus going local, and there's a special local touch, especially when it comes to like florists, right?
Well, when you look at flowers, you have to remember that there's a floral arrangement and there's floral art.
Okay.
And what the local florists do, they're going to gear something that's specifically designed for that recipient, so that you can bring some of their favorite colors, some of their attitudes, things that they like, so that it's more personal.
Sure. So when you come in, I'm going to say, look, my girlfriend likes this and this and this, and you guys can whip up something that is perfect for her.
Well, we're going to ask lots of questions, because one of the things as men is that we forget a lot. So we have to be prompted from time to time to remember that it's not so much about what we like or what we think they like, but what we know that they like and what's going to evoke that emotion.
Sure. Real quick, let's go over some floral arrangements. We're going to talk about roses here in a few minutes, but let's talk about some floral arrangements, because these are flowers to me. I mean, I don't know a lot of what each one might be used for. Can you kind of walk us through just some basic ideas?
Sure. Well, one thing that we want to remember, especially at this time of the year, because it's about brokering the emotion, saying that I love you, I'm sorry, happy birthday, happy anniversary, whatever the case may be. But especially right now for Valentine's Day, roses are a favorite. Red roses will always be strong, always something that we automatically go to. But a lot of ladies like something that might last a little bit longer, like the tropical design that's right here in front of us.
You mean tropical design? What kind of flowers does this have in it? Just so we know.
Well, the heliconia and ginger are generally known as tropical flowers because they grow in a tropical setting. They last a little bit longer sometimes than some of the more fragile flowers like lilies and iris and things. And it also sort of looks like sort of the beach. It sort of reminds you of a special event or a special time in your life.
Right. And what down here, you got some carnations?
Yeah, with the candies in there, because those little conversation candies, I love you.
Can we eat those candies after even the flowers?
You can, because the flowers actually aren't stuck in there. They're designed in something to keep them out of the candy so that you get both. You get the candy and your flowers in a combination.
Candy's still pretty darn good. Good. Something interesting, guys, you told me earlier, just so you know, ladies, it is okay for you to send us flowers, right? That's kind of a new trend?
Absolutely, because men, finally we can express our emotions, and we're allowed to say that. We're allowed to say that we like flowers, and flowers don't necessarily have to be feminine. They can be something like, again, the tropical is very appropriate for a man.
Very good. Now, when you talk about going local to a local florist, y'all can also help us with our green thumbs, because I will kill a flower in about 6 hours, not even that, probably 5 hours. You left these here, guys, by noon, these will all be dead.
Well, it's a little bit of education and knowing what to do when you get them home, too, because it's about changing the water. It's a living, breathing thing. It needs a little bit of care, just like we do. We want to make sure that we're not putting it in the sunlight. We're not setting it on a piece of electronic equipment, just things like that that will teach you when you come into a flower shop, as opposed to just picking flowers up quick in a big box.
Perfect, perfect. Now, we're going to come back here in a little bit, guys. We're going to go over some Rose 101 as well, because, you know, flowers are great. Roses, it's Valentine's Day, it's kind of what you got to do.
Absolutely.
It's probably a law somewhere, anyway. But from Tim's Touch, Jackie and Tim, guys, we'll be back here in a little while. And Good Day Columbia is coming right back. We've got a full look at your forecast with Miss Alexis King. Stay with us. One more thing. 8:16, welcome back to the show. And if you want to take roses for 1,000, Alex, the Freedom Rose, it is the most widely sold rose in the United States, right?
Number one in the United States.
Number one. Look at that. I won $1,000 maybe on a little Good Day Jeopardy here. Jackie and Tim from Tim's Touch. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, gentlemen, Valentine's Day, a couple of days away. The day we always get in trouble. A lot of pressure. There's actually more pressure at Valentine's Day than Christmas, I think.
Absolutely, because it's one of those things that, although it comes the same time every year, as men, we don't remember.
That's a true story. Now, earlier we learned a little bit about bouquets and flowers and stuff, but let's get right down to the nitty-gritty in the classic rose. This is the Freedom Rose. Does that mean the red? Is that the...
Well, it's a particular variety, but red rose is the number one rose that's sold at Valentine's Day, obviously because it says, I love you. Right. Sort of one of the meanings of the red rose. And traditionally, that's what everyone wants when they call, although we've seen a convergence of other colors that are also available and can mean different things.
Didn't really smell like anything.
It really doesn't, because they've been hybridized to last longer, have a stronger petal count, to be a more firm rose to hold up, and part of that we lost the fragrance.
I got you, but they're still pretty to look at.
Absolutely.
Tim, how long can a rose last? Like if I give this to my sweetie,
We've had our customers tell us that our roses have lasted 2 weeks.
That's pretty good for a rose, right?
That is, and that's because we do the professional florist, and we're professional with the way they're processed, so they do last longer.
And that's another thing we were talking earlier about, the importance of maybe going to a local florist rather than just calling up an 800 number and having them delivered. You go to a local florist, you all specialize as artists in creating that feel that you want specifically for your boo.
Well, absolutely. And also you want to remember a lot of times when you order flowers over the internet or on the phone, they're going to receive, or the recipient will receive, a box with flowers and a vase. How many of your parents or your sweethearts, your wife, is a floral designer as well? And she has to put them in there.
She's got to put them in there and design it up. Oh, that's no fun. It's like Tinker Toys or something. Real quick, these are gorgeous, by the way. Now, there are different kinds of roses. Let's go through the different colors. So we know red is love.
Red is love. Yellow can mean friendship.
Right. It can also mean jealousy, I heard, though.
It can mean jealousy depending on which list you look at, so you want to be careful with that.
There you go.
Also, there's coral, which can mean passion. Orange can also mean friendship sometimes. Pink, white means innocence and purity.
Right.
So it depends on what the message you're trying to convey, what you might want to send, and also what's their favorite color, too.
That's an important thing,
Remember, it's about the recipient, not necessarily the color that we like.
See that, fellas? Oh, and BT Dub, ladies, is it okay to send the guys in your life flowers, too, these days?
Absolutely.
Changing the economy, I love it. All right, so Tim's Touch Flowers, Jackie and Tim, guys, thank you for coming. A little wine. How about a little rose? So talking about roses and romance and wine comes out. I don't know what happened there. But anyway, great stuff here. Don't forget, go local. You know, go see your local florist. You guys at Tim's can certainly design something. Your local florist and take care of you, make you look like a champ, and get you out of the doghouse on Valentine's Day.
Support your local florist.
There you go, guys. Thanks for coming in this morning.